Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate your support so much, how you all have been getting platinum memberships. Believe it or not, I've been working today on getting some and as a matter of fact, I'll get that in this weekend in the platinum. More exclusive info for you guys in the platinum membership, okay? But I wanted to talk about I've been wanting to talk about this for the last couple of days, but I had not gotten around to it. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith says she's been separated from Will since 2016. Okay. And it does not come as a surprise to me. You know, I can remember dating back when Jada um, and Will first got together. You know, there were a lot of rumors and stuff about their situation, about how they got together. There were rumors that Jada, Will's first wife, was bitter because when she was married to Will and she would confide in Jada. It was rumored and alleged that she and Jada were friends, and she would confide in Jada and all that. And then later Jada ended up with Will. Okay, it's not hard to believe because if I remember them doing an interview saying that it took growing and maturity to get to the point that they were at, and if there was nothing, if Jada did not interfere, normally with exes and things of that nature, if the person didn't interfere or something like that, then there are no hard feelings, not unless the one person is not over the other. But she said that they had to grow and get to the point that they are at, that they had gotten to in their relationship, because it was not like that in the beginning. So that's believable. That she and Jada were supposedly friends, and that happens. That's the reason why you have to be real careful, especially when you got them money men. Okay, people be trying to shoot. You have to. You got women that got men that ain't money men, and you have to watch people, right? Um, but she revealed in an interview that they had been separated from since 2016. Now, we know that they just had a scandal. Okay. She had a scandal with August Asina. She was all out at awards and stuff with August and all of that, but they were saying that they were mentoring him, and I find it weird because there have been a lot of rumors about Will Smith, about them swinging, all of them swinging both ways. I believe that we know now how Hollywood is Holly weird. And I believe that now. Although Will Smith, I like Will Smith, but I don't find it hard to believe now at this point. Okay. And so, people are talking about, why is she consistently, you know, embarrassing Will now. I don't know how far Jada would have gotten if she had not been married to Will. She was up and coming. Jada was always smart, and I liked her. She seemed to like to empower women, but at some point she started to fade into the background. Y'all remember Jada was really beautiful, and then she started to look weird. Because she went and got the cheek implants and stuff like that, and I was really surprised because Jada always I watched her career in the beginning. She just always seemed like this pro-black African American woman that loved to empower, that was really just secure in her own skin. She was one of the ones that made it, in our era, really cool to cut all your hair off and look beautiful and be secure. You know what I mean? So but I want to but all of this, it does not surprise me, okay? But I want to I think Jada, she put this in a book, and people say she's just trying to sell books. I think I know people mature. Jada's more than likely in her 50s now, if not, she's close to it. But I've been feeling like Jada was crying out for help. And when I say that, people say, well, she's living a very comfortable life. Jada is in a position and she's with a Hollywood A-lister where she there's just certain things she can't live in her truth. They're not divorcing for a reason. And I remember Will in the beginning, he was so in awe and so head over heels in love with Jada when he first got with her. He felt like she hung the moon. I mean, if you go back and look at some of the interviews, he was like, we were having sex, and Jada was like, sat up in the bed and said, I'm pregnant. He was like, oh my God, she's so amazing. She knows all these things. Well, she knew. She probably had been taking fertility pills, and she Will was coming up. He had started getting them millions of dollars. So she went ahead and hooked him. Okay, Jada came from the hood. She wasn't no fool. Okay, but he was head over heels in love with her. And according to him back then, they didn't sign no prenup. And I remember when they got married, there was supposedly, y'all know I'm old school because I remember everything when they had the Ebony and Inquiry and all that. His family had issues with her. They were kind of like fighting at the wedding. His family did not like Jada. And Will was so head over heels in love with her. He felt like that they were just soulmates. And she was, her words were perfect. She knew how to empower. She knew how to make you believe her. Okay, because I watched her career. I love Jada, right? And we don't see her that much now. I see a woman that has completely changed, but she has matured. But you can tell, with all of that money, she's kind of, she's just kind of, she's not like she was. You know what I mean? We don't even see her in a whole lot, but she kind of reminds me of how Michael Jackson was when he just wanted to be out of the way, right? But let's listen to what Jada says, okay?
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot? Maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm baffled, really.
Yeah, right.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split.
So I guess
Now, when she supposedly had that entanglement with August Alsina, we saw them out at places together. They were out together, and August is a lot younger than them. People were outraged because they said August was going through a lot of mental situations, and he had moved in with the Smiths, and they were supposed to be mentoring him. And they said, well, Jada took advantage of him. Then there were a lot of rumors that, he was entangled with both of them, right? And let's see, Jada Smith and August. And you could tell that Jada really, she liked August. You could tell that she liked him and she felt bad. When I saw them at the awards like this, they talking about a family friend, that looked like a couple. Okay, it looked like a couple to me. even before it came out, and it makes you wonder what kind of marriage. And I know it's got a lot to do with money. He's gonna have to break her off anyways. He didn't make her sign a prenup. He's been with her for they've been married for, I don't know, almost 30 years. So he may have to give her half of what, because his career, he was just starting to come up, right? Um yeah, he had blown kind of he was just starting to blow up. He has, God knows, millions. And then she got pregnant after he got that multi-million dollar movie deal, and she got pregnant, and then after that they got married. Okay. So she was, she jumped in. She was smart. She jumped in. I was good. So she was smart enough to jump in right in the beginning, but she saw he was coming up, right? She knew that he was going to come up because he had gotten in good with all the right people. But this don't surprise me. I think about all those rumors that we heard about Tisha Martin Campbell, and her husband Dwayne Campbell. Y'all know Gina that played on Martin. There have been rumors for years, and I could not believe it, but now it's believable that Will Smith and him were having an affair. People said it, like people that had been in Hollywood who folks thought was losing their minds and was on drugs and stuff like that. They talked about it. Will Smith. It's a known fact that Will Smith and they all swing, and Will Smith and Dwayne Martin are more. They're closer like that. They're like a couple. I'm sure Jada knows. That's why Will has to stick by her. She knows a lot. She's been there for almost 30 years. But if you ask me, even though Jada is with August, was with August, hey, I kind of believe that they want to be with the opposites, anyways, right? That's kind of what I believe, especially her, because she's always had more of a masculinity, even though she's very beautiful, and she's always had more of a masculinity to me. But yeah, hey, I don't think people should be hard on him. Jada put that in a book because she's ready for people to know the truth. She's tired of living a lie. We don't know how that lady suffers. At least she's taking a step forward with wanting to get out of whatever that clause is, that whatever it is in Hollywood that has them bind together. She's ready to step out of that so that at least she can live her truth, and whatever comes with that. But my God, the lady, hey, the man got a whole, they have been separated for 7 years. So he's got plenty of men and women, okay? Whichever he prefers, right? So he's been quietly, people tend to get mad at her because she's screaming out, listen, I want, she's basically saying, I want out of this. I want people to know. And I want to live my life. Men can quietly live their lives. They don't, because it's a double standard anyways. Y'all know Will getting his groove on. Will is Will Smith. Anybody could get him. He could get any woman a man. Okay, so he's okay because he don't want the public to know about his indiscretions anyways, right? He's been doing it for 7 years because they have not been together, right? And so I think Jada wants, or said, people, Jada is in a slick way of saying he's annihilated. I'm being annihilated because they're still annihilating her about August Alsina, but we ain't been together, which means Will been doing his thing. They've been saying Will had a young girlfriend. Okay, and he doing his thing. And so I think now what Jada is wanting to do is come out of whatever that secret society, that situation in Hollywood is really something. Okay, it's really something. But hey, Will made that decision, and I'm not taking up for either one of them. I'm saying they both should be able to live their truth and be free. If people cannot be together anymore, okay? If you're married and it ain't working out, you need to go on and separate so you can go on and be happy. We are being happy. I just think that it's more about his career, and I know Jada is not innocent. It's more about a look. But I don't think that it's fair for either one of them to have to be unhappy just because of a look. It gets them more money to look like the happily married couple in Hollywood. You know, you have to turn on the cameras, click, click, smile, and this, and that. You can't go on, and you have to sneak and be with other people, and you can't be seen with them. And when you're caught with them because you catching feelings, like she was out with August Alsina, you're annihilated. When them folks need to go on, and he needs to cut his losses, you know, because he's gonna have to break her off either way. And then they need to be able to live happily ever after, because this lady she's letting it all out because she's tired. Okay, Will has been gone for 7 years. Okay, he got his woman a man. Okay, he okay with hugging her in public and kissing her and making people think that they're okay. But Jada is very unhappy because she's probably wanted to. She might still be with August and want to be, and probably wanted to come out with him. Okay, you know, she might want to go ahead and live her truth with him, or her girlfriend or something like that. You just, you never know. But whatever it is, I just don't think it's fair for the public to demand that people that are no longer in love with each other stay together because of their careers. And it's, Jada doesn't have a career anymore, so it's more so for Will's career. And so people might say, well, she just needs to stop ruining his career. I mean, it's at the stake of her happiness now, because he happy. A man that's been gone for 7 years, you know he got him somebody. Here, men don't go. If they break up with their girlfriend for a day, they gonna go find them a woman the next day and gonna lay up with them, because that's how they do it. Okay, he probably gonna come back home, but that's how they do it. This man been gone for 7 years. And so this woman is you know, having to deal with that, can't come out, can't be seen, can't live in her truth. Her career is basically, she doesn't have one now. You know, yeah, she's obtained a lot of wealth at this point because of her husband. That's what I mean. They are husband and wives. I mean, husband and wife. I said husband and wives, husband and wife. But it's just time for Jada and Will. I don't think it's anything freaky about what's going on. The only thing that's freaky is they are being, for some reason, it seems like to me, it's some type of contractual agreement where they can't divorce. And his career and the look is first, as it relates to all that weird stuff that go on in Hollywood, especially with the big stars. And they are what you call the A-listers, right? So, I mean, they need to go ahead and set Jada free. Go ahead and set her free. Let that lady go on and be happy, and all of that, and pay her alimony, because he's gonna have to do it, and then he can go on and be happy. And hey, that's how it is. They're not the first people that would divorce. You know, people talking about, oh, you know, this, and that. Oh shit, people divorce every day. Only thing about it is they probably have been, if they separated 7 years ago, that means that they have had, in order for them to separate 7 years ago, they didn't just start having problems 7 years ago. It just became unbearable. They probably have been having problems for about 10. Okay, so they've been together almost 30 years. They probably, out of them almost 30 years, they probably should have been, because back in 2017, um that was, she said they was together 23 years. I mean, that was back in 2017 when she said that they had been together for 23 years. So in 2023, that means they've been married for about what, 29. But my daughter is 25. Their oldest son, Jayden, that they have together, was born the same year as my daughter. So I guess they had been together 4 years before that. Maybe that's what she's saying. But they got married the same year that they got married in 98, 97 or 98. Okay. So they've been together. I mean, they've been married for about 25, 26 years. been together about 29. So, and they probably been out of love with each other, you know, been out of love for each other for about 17 of those years. And so I just don't think it's fair for people to demand that people who are no longer together, I mean, no longer, but I mean, I guess they did it for themselves. I guess that's a selfish thing. They did it strictly for the career and the look because, um, it's all about a look in Hollywood. That's what keeps people looking at you, and the admiration and all of that with the fake marriages and the promos, and making it look like that there's this spectacular relationship, and then they get back into the car and go their separate ways and live their separate lives, or they're fighting, right? But I think Jada is speaking out about it now because she's tired and she's ready to move on. Okay, that's what I think. She's putting it all out there. I think Jada was always real smart. They won't. I mean, she's just ready to be set free. Okay, because Will already been set free. Okay, because he Will Smith. All right, and remember now, like I said, men don't have an issue with being happy and being secretive about it. So he's been moved on for 7 years. She was with August. Okay, she was with August, and when you looking at Will and all of that, when they was talking about the situation with August, I don't think that Will was hurt about her being with August because he already knew. I think it was just, oh my God, now I got to deal with this. This puts a stain on my brand, on my career, because that's basically what it has been about now, probably for the last 17 years, a look and a brand and making money, and that's it, right? I think Jada is tired of. That's just my opinion. Everybody else got a different opinion. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Talk with you later.